Welcome to the unboxing video of Endless Winter Paleoamericans. Fun fact, it was just delivered on the first day of winter here at my location, so I'm really excited to get into this, to open the game and see how the final production of the game is. I had the pleasure to preview this while I was running on Kickstarter. I had tremendous fun playing the game. I really enjoyed it. It's one of the best games I've played back then. So I'm really looking forward to see what they have done with the production. So let's dive into unboxing the game. For those of you who don't know Endless Winter Paleoamericans, which I'm sure there are not many, it's a game that plays for 1 to 4 players, takes around 60 to 120 minutes, age is 12 and up, and the weight is around 3.2 out of 5. The designer is Stan Kordonski, and the publisher is Fantasia Games. This is the first game which they debuted with, and they have made a blast in the industry, following other great games like Unconscious Mind, which we also previewed here in the channel, and it was a recent Kickstarter. So let's speak about Endless Winter here. So the game is a strategy game that falls under the category of territory building and prehistoric games. It has various mechanisms, but among them, the ones that they are really giving the character of the game is worker placement and deck building, and it's done in a very innovative combination of those two. So it has area majority influence, it has deck building, it has end game bonuses, hand management, it has modular board, set collection, tech trees, worker placement of course, and it has solo mode. So what is the setting? First of all, it's designed, as I said, by Stan Kordonski, and the designer of Dice Hospital, Rurik, and Lockup, developed by Johnny Pack, who has done Coloma, Sierra West, and Lions of Lydia. A great designer and a developer as well. It has a solo mode from Drake Villarreal. So the game puts players back into North America around 10,000 BCE, and players guide the development of their tribes across several generations, from nomadic hunter-gatherers to prosperous tribal societies. And over the course of the game, tribes migrate and settle new lands, establish cultural traditions, hunt Paleolithic megafauna, and build everlasting megalithic structures. So let's dive into the game and see what we have here. First of all, as you can see, this is a full pledge. So we have the player mats. I decided to go for 2 pieces for flexibility instead of one large playmat. We have the Cave Paintings expansion, the Ancestor expansion, the River and Rafts expansion, and we also have some promos and some goodies. So let's put everything to the side for the moment. We'll come back again. And let's first of all, before unboxing this game, this core game, let's unfold the player mat, because we won't be able to do it afterwards. So this is the first piece of the player mat. Looks really nice. It's stitched, as you can see. So this is, I think, a must now in industry. I always like having stitched playmats. So the quality is really nice. It has a score track, it has the area for the cards, the tracks, everything is really nicely placed, and also the colors are very nicely expressed. So great player mat, already satisfied with what I see. And here is the second piece, which I opted to go in a separate piece, because otherwise I'll always have to put them in the same portrait or landscape orientation. Now I can make different selections. So there was an option in the pledge manager, and I really like that they gave this option, so you can have 2 pieces instead of one huge playmat. And this is really nice because you can put this on the side. And also, as you can see, again, there's nice details of glaciers and snow, which of course they will look extremely nice once you start populating with areas and territories here. So great playmats overall. So putting them to the side, and then moving back to the core box, which, gosh, it's a lovely box, even from the outside, before diving into it. So it has, first of all, UV Spot, as you can see, for the title. It has a tremendous art of Mikko, which I love him in everything that he has done, so he's a great artist. And here the match of the game, the development, the designing part, and the art is, I would say, perfect, in my opinion, at least. So let's see the back of the box. It's a big box. This is how the game looks. So you can see that there are different pieces. We have the minis, we have the player boards, everything is recessed, so it looks exceptionally well done. So let's dive into the box to see if that's the case. Also, besides the UV spot, I see that there is like a 3D print of these central characters, which I don't know if you can see. It's not flat, besides the UV spot. So great box overall. I'm just focusing on the box because I'm really trying to find a place to put them up in the upper shelves of my library so that it can be seen from across the room, which is great. Okay, so let's open the box. First of all, we have a leaflet, or a flyer I should say, for Unconscious Mind, which we already have presented here in the channel. Great game. This is going to be even more successful than the already successful Endless Winter. I love the game. So we have two rule books. First of all, we have the main rulebook, which has, as you can see, the overview of the game. It has the components. We have a main board. We have 4-player boards. This game goes all the way up to 4 players. The animal board, the idle board, various terrain tiles for the locations, and megalith tiles. Various pieces and bits, lots of cards, starting cards, culture cards, tribe cards, as you can see. And there are the chief figures, which are really nice miniatures. You'll see them up close. Various cards, megaliths, the villages, and the tribe figures. Everything looks spotless. So, also to mention that this is, this is not paper. The rule book, I didn't know that. I didn't remember it, at least. Maybe it was some Kickstarter goal that it was unlocked. It has those of you who have played Wingspan, they know exactly what I mean. It has the same quality. It's a high quality plastic material. It's not paper, or it's some kind of reinforced paper. So it's really, really posh and great. And I like that because, you know, especially when you flipping through pages of rule books, it could be, or give it around the table for players to check things if they want. It could be that frequently the rule books are beaten. So this is not the case here. So setup, this is how the game is going to be set up. Lots of cards because it has the deck building element, and lots of worker placement as well. A perfect balance, may I say, to both. So this is how we proceed with setup. This is how we set up the megalith board and the terrain board. I loved how the terrain is different and how you expand on the terrain as well. So not only worker placement, not only deck building, but also the area aspect of the game and the area control and expansion, which makes sense through the theme of the game. So playing the game, there is an overview where we have the action phase, the eclipse phase, and the preparation phase, 3 phases of the game. Yep. Each phase is explained, the action phase, how it works, the eclipse phase, and the preparation phase. And then there are some action columns that we have seen on the playmat, and we'll see them on the board, and what each of those spaces do for worker placement, how does the megaliths work, what does the idle board all about, and the final scoring. The variant setup, card abilities explained, and different modules here. The glacier tokens, the rest tokens, etc. And the iconography. It's nice to always have the iconography at the back. So, great looking rule book overall. Looks very well done. And here you can see some credits. I also want to say that we have the solo mode, which is a separate rule book. So I haven't played the solo, and I'm really, really looking forward to also play the solo mode, not only the multiplayer. So here how you set up the game for the solo. Some different changes in the way that the game flows. And how you score and how you make a module interaction for the base game and the additional games, the additional modules. So really, really looking forward to try this one too. Okay, great. Then I'm seeing what I wish it was included, and it is included, a piece of paper showing how to set up everything, because, you know, with all these big boxes from deluxe boxes with a ton of components, where you can also fit in, I think, the components of the expansions, etc. and within a lot of trays, so it's very difficult to understand or figure out on your own, which makes sense, you cannot do it, how to place everything. And this piece of paper is vital not only for during the first time you set up the game, but every time you put it from the shelf, you don't remember all the details where everything goes, and you spend time trying to match it if you don't have something like that. So kudos for including it. And here's the expansion tray. Yeah, you can fit the expansions too. Perfect. Okay, so removing the protective foam, and we see the components. Now, keep in mind that this box is intended to fit all the expansions there, so you'll see a lot of empty trays and spaces, but they will all be filled with components. So let's put things aside so that we can start checking things. So I'm going to put all the boards and trays, all the trays aside, because I want to open the boards first of all. And let's see the player boards. Now, I have to say that I love the fact that they're using thick player boards and not pieces of paper, that they are also linen finished, and they are also recessed for moving the tracks and the different tokens that they go in there. So, and having a space for your cards and your discard, etc. So this is awesome. This is top quality player boards, and this will make the gaming experience so much better through functionality. So really, really well done here. And also there's different art on each of those. So loving it, really loving it. Okay. Next we have, in a protective plastic film, the boards, because I've showed you the mats, but maybe someone didn't get the mats. Maybe some people, they don't like mats. Doesn't matter. The game comes with boards. Okay, so not for placing the area tiles, because these you just click them together. This is an extra, but for the main columns of the game. So this is the upper part, where you have the score track, you have the columns with the actions. Again, this is linen finish, thick cardboard, great quality, like every cardboard stock in the game. Okay, really, really well done. Yeah, everything is really where it should be. Okay, loving it. Okay, not to mention that I love the fact, and I immediately, my eyes got in the art in the inner box. So very few publishers take the time or the extra cost to make something nice with the insert, especially if they have a nice trace. And this is so beautiful, really, really, even looking at the inner part of the box. Okay, setting it aside for the moment, let's focus on the punch boards. Here we have the different area tiles, and I'm going to pull them all out quickly so that I can show you the art. Again, these are linen finish thick cardboard tokens with the different area types, which gives, of course, a variable player map setup every time. Okay, so these are the tiles, again, thick cardboard, linen finish. So look at the art on the different terrain types. I like the detail that, for example, this is a forest, but you can see the snow around the corners of the branches of the trees and the glaciers, and everything really, really is very well thought from the art. I expect nothing less from such great team involved. These are fields. And again, in every piece of art you have around the corners piles of snow which fit perfect into the game theme and setting. So there you have it. And the waterfall here. I wonder what this is. Are these fish jumping out of? Yeah, great. Okay, so there you have it. These are the terrain tiles. Then again, I have so many pieces here. We have the animal board, which is again cardboard. Okay, We have the idle board. Okay. And then we have the various stones and sacred pieces and tokens. Everything comes out of the punch board perfectly. Really, really nice production. Okay. Oops, I forgot one more tile. And this is, I believe, we have one more for the last punch board. Okay. So all this will fit into the nice trays of the game, which are also white, and I like the fact that they went with white because, after all, we're in endless winter mode. So these are sacred stones. Okay, so that's that. Then we have, if I remember correctly, this was the these are the player board trays, and you'll be placing the pieces of each player there, so not only for setup and storage purposes, but also for quick having it in front of you with all your components and be ready to start the game and play immediately. So great. Did I say great? Then we have, I think this is expansion tray for all the pieces from the expansion with a cover. And last but not least, we have the main component tray, which has various things. Of course, all these things, I said, they're going to go into the player's individual trays. So let's take them out to check them. We have the villages. There are 3 per player. And look at the detail on the minis. These are thick plastic miniatures. Yeah, which have quite a few detail, I would say. And they are really nice. Look at the detail, look at the door. Yeah, great. On the different player colors, so this is really nice as well. Then we have the 4 megafauna tiles, which are combined in order to make the different, again, this gives a different setup, how you combine them together. So also replayability coming from individual pieces of the board. Okay. Then we have bases for our chief figures, which are 5, matching the color of the game. Moving on to the camps, which go onto the terrain tiles. Again, look at that. These are not only, they have a very specific and highly pronounced shape, they also are printed so that you can see both from color and from symbol to which player they belong. Matching player colors again. Okay. There's a lot of shadow here because the cover box is very, very big, so maybe it's time for me to remove it. Okay. Then we have the 8 megaliths per player and 8 neutral ones. And here these are really nice wooden megaliths, which is another fascinating aspect of the game. I loved it. An opportunity for a lot of victory points if you play carefully and focus on them. Again, you'll have to remember that all the yellow pieces, for example, will go together in the yellow player's tray, so everything is going to be separated. And the same goes for the other player colors, just to put everything out of the baggies. Wow, what a production. I'm loving it, really. And I was really hoping that they would come through with the excellence in production, which they did, because the game is amazing, so it deserves the best of looks, and it got them. in my opinion, really. Okay, then we have 8 resource markers in nice plastic, transparent cubes. Okay. We have the idle markers, 2 per player, for the idle board. This is how the idle looks, and they will go over here. We also have the tribe figures, 2 per player, which will be used for the worker placement together with the chief. And here look at the different color and shape for each of the players. So this is a yellow player, this is the red player, which is completely different. This is absolutely amazing, printed on both sides. I mean, they would look so amazing on the board. Really, really well done here. This is for the blue player and this is for the purple player. Wow, wow. I believe these are among the most cute meeples I've seen around, and I've seen many board games, trust me. So really good looking, I'm loving them. I think many people would love them, not only me. But just sharing my enthusiasm here. So we have also the scoring marker that goes around the score track. Okay, you can flip it to, you can have it to 100 if you pass 100 victory points. And then you also have the tribe markers, which again are custom for each of the tribes. And you can see them here. How cool is that? Okay, good. Great looking pieces all together. I'm really, really liking what I see so far. Next, let's make some space. We're still in the core box here. We have the amazing miniatures of the chieftains, and here I have to admit that not only they look great, I mean, these are amazing miniatures. I really like the detail, but also the pose, their artistic approach. I don't know who is responsible for these sculpts, but congratulations. And also the wash. These are washed, as you can see. So here I like both the color in terms of production, which is nice, fits the game really nice, the aesthetics of the game. The washing adds a lot to the mini, and the mini itself is magnificent. So what more to say? What more to say, really? Okay, next. Wow, loving it, loving it. Look at that. With a hood and the backpack and the spear. Amazing miniature. This is also great. Very, very nicely done. Looks extremely beautiful. And keep in mind that you're going to put your plastic bases, your plastic base in your player color for this chieftain miniature. So this is like, let's say, your special worker, your chieftain, which has, you have 2 workers, 2 figure tribes and 1 chieftain for worker placement. Look at the wolf and the torch here. Oh gosh, this is lovely. Just looking at that now, I don't know, I would love to see those minis and this universe in an adventure game from Fantasia. Just an idea. Because this is beautiful, beautiful, and they can even use the same components. These are amazing, amazing minis. Look at the gloves, and look at his angry posture. Oh my gosh. Absolutely amazing miniatures, love them. So, the last thing that I'm going to show you here are the cards. And here we have lots of cards because the game has deck building, as you remember, and so we'll see a lot of decks. So let's go into checking some of the art. I'm just going to unpack everything now and just focus on showing you the aesthetics of the card. Now the cards are linen finish, so great quality, great cardstock, and exactly what I would expect for a deck building game, because you want high quality cards when you are having them in games which have deck building mechanism, because they're going to be used a lot. So perfect choice, and I'm really loving it. Look at the quality. Okay, so we have the Pathfinder. The Hunter. Okay. Here we have a Tribesman for the red player. Tribeswoman, well done, for the red player. And you can see the icon of the tribe here. Okay. Communal Feast for the red player. So these are the cards of the red player. And respectively, let me see if the art is different. Yeah, Tribesman is different and Tribeswoman for each of the clans. So perfect. Lots of art. Loving it. So here's the Tribesman for the purple player with their logo, or crest I should say, or whatever. And then the Tribeswoman. Beautiful. The Brave, Altars, Communal Feasts. Really, really nice. And this is for the yellow player. Tribesman, Brave, Altars, Communal Feasts. For the yellow player, and for the green player, again a Tribesman, completely different art. And Tribeswoman. Okay, opening the second deck. Lots of cards. Okay, continuing with the green player, we have the Brave, the Altars, the Communal Feast. It should go here for the deck of the green player. Good. And then we have Scouting, Spit Roasting. Now my appetite goes up. Tanning Hides, Torchlight. Look at the art, it's magnificent. Fertility Rites, Body Painting, Funeral Pyres, Handrails. Not only the art is beautiful, and again congratulations to Michael, it's amazing, but also they bring a lot of points to the theme, in my opinion. Not just beautiful art, they are really thematic as well. That's what I'm trying to say. Excellent, excellent work, really. And so much different art here. I'm really proud to have this in my collection, both from gameplay and from I would say design and aesthetics point of view, how the game looks. In other words, I would use it with some very specific games if I wanted to impress someone with opening their eyes in what our hobby can offer to new games, new designs, and new ideas. Okay, so this is really, really well produced. I'm not sure if this is the automa, to remember. I need to refresh the rules again, starting as soon as we switch off the video camera. Okay. Last deck for the big cards, the large size cards. We have the Crafter, the Pathfinder, the Hunter, the Crafter, the Shaman. Yeah, I remember the Shaman now. Used to take a lot of Shaman cards in my last game. And the Elder. Beautiful art. Last, we have more Pathfinder cards. I think we're from this. We combine them with this that we have here. Okay. The last thing that I'm going to show you from the core box, yes, I know I've been talking a lot and we're still in the core box, but it's Fantasia Games, it's not me. Lots of things here. So let's see the small cards, the small size cards, which again are linen finish. So these are megafauna for hunting purposes, I think. Yeah, and the different animals in the deck. And the choice of if you keep them for set collection or if you need to eat them because you have no food, it's really on around every corner, and I love it for that because it's thematic, I would say. Okay, so these are the cards, all the cards in the game. Now, before moving to the expansions, I want to show you these megaliths, which are resins. So let's see them. We have the purple ones, which are really nice. I think I love the wooden ones, but I don't think I'm going to use them, having those here, the red ones, which also have different symbols. Yeah. And last but not least, we have the gray ones, because the difference here is, since they have more weight, the stacking, it's going to be even better. It's going to give a great feel for stacking purposes to make the mega structures. And this is the yellow. So let me show you up close how, I don't know if they both fit the wooden and the resins in the player's tray. I'd like to hope so. Otherwise I'm going to only put those and keep those under the tray somewhere. So look at that. This is so realistic because it doesn't have the clear cut. It has some ruggedness, I would say, on it. And they're much heavier than the wooden ones. So not only they're plastic, they're resin, so I don't know the material. They feel great, that's what I'm trying to say. So it's not just how they look, but they have a better feel in the handling, which is great. And then we have also the tribe markers for each of the tribes with their specific custom tokens, which they look absolutely amazing, two in each of the colors. Great looking. Okay, so these are the extra ones, and I think the only extra promo I can show you is this ceremonial ground module, which has some extra cards, some rules here on the back. And these are the extra cards that you find. Okay, they will go into the expansion tray. Okay, great. Oh, we also have the score markers in the resin material. Great. I will need around 45 to 60 minutes to put everything in for the first time, because then everything is going to be sorted out greatly in their respective trays and components. So this is the core box. Okay, so let's move into the expansions now. First, we start with the Endless Winter Rivers and Raft expansion, which has a great box, by the way. Let me show you how it looks. It has rivers and rafts, as the title indicates. So really looking forward to this. But of course, I'd like to first play again, after all this time, the core game, and then I'm going to immediately start putting expansions in there, because I haven't tried them during the Kickstarter preview. So the game setup, this is how you modify the board. Look at the river now. This is really nice. This is changing fundamentally the territory area. And then the rafts are really important in gameplay perspective. So, wow. Wow, just a matter now which module and which expansion is going to be the first one, or should I try all of them? So let's see the tiles that they come together to place to put the river. I need to put the expansions at the bottom here, otherwise I'm going to be completely lost before putting everything in the respective trays. Okay. I like the fact that they have the 3D feel of the river between glaciers and pieces of ice. Oh, it's dual-sided. Perfect. Didn't know that. Great. Okay. One more. And then we have two side pieces, as you have seen in the setup map, that they're going to go from the mountains. You have the start of the river flowing to the end where it ends, and in between is going to be the map tide, the trend tide. So perfect, perfect. Really, really interesting. It looks very interesting. So I'm very much looking forward to try this one. And there is one more sacred stone. Okay. So there you have it. These are the one for each player. Okay, and then we have more things here. We have the rafts, of course. Again, one for each player. Look at that, it looks great. Printed on both sides. One for each of the player colors. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, then we have the 5 landmarks, which are quite big, quite unique, and quite spectacular, I may add. I'm sure you're sharing my enthusiasm. It's not only me, it looks really, really great. Because these are very unique pieces. I've seen wooden meeple pieces and wooden landmarks or whatever in many games, but these are beautiful, beautiful to see. Not to mention to having them in your gameplay. And the last one is this black monolith. Strange. Okay. Right, then baggies. The box can go out. And cards. So despite the small size of the box, this is a quite a lot of components in this expansion. So I'm really the warrior impressed here. It's a new type of card. And then I think these are the, oh yeah, look at that. Perfect, the landmark cards. Okay. Great, great. Okay, so this was the first expansion. Then we have the Ancestors expansion, which comes in this box. Again, the box is tremendously thick, so anyway. These are the components. Excellent quality in everything. So, we have the tribe cards, the animal cards, and some chief cards. Okay, and these are the rules for the expansion. So let's say we put them over here. We have more baggies. We have, wow, one new piece. Okay. I think this is from the, yeah. This was not from the Ancestors module, if I'm not mistaken. This was from the Rivers and Rafts. Yeah, makes sense because it has a sea cow. Okay. Now, lots of cards in this expansion. Again, this was a small box, but it has a ton of content. That's why it was so heavy. Encampments, herding, monuments. Now, the more I look at the content in the expansions, because this is the first time I'm seeing them, they were not ready, of course, for the Kickstarter preview. I had just a core game. This is another type of card, the knapper. The more I see them, the more I'm thinking to myself, the healer, if I was so impressed by the core game, what will happen if I start playing all these extra components and expansions? The storyteller. Yeah, we needed a storyteller, didn't we? So, how much more I would like the game with all this extra material added to it. Because I'm telling you, up front from my experience from the prototype when I played the game and I recorded the video for the preview, I was so much impressed. Everybody, not just me, everybody in my gaming group, Trailblazer. So what will happen when we start exploring and figuring out all this material? Because it's not just more of the same. So it's not just more cards, it's not just more, it has functional things, it has different mechanics, it has different content, the tracker. So you can understand that my appreciation of the game, I'm expecting it will only go up, and I'm also expecting this will be exponential, because you see how much extra content you have in the expansions, which again, I'm seeing them for the first time. The Aurora Borealis module, which has the rules, the extra cards. Wow, nice. Then we have the Canine Familiars module, which is this one. These are separate entries in BGG. I don't know if they have one for the ancestors, or if it. I remember having them separate in the listings. So Canine Familiars, yeah, and the rules and the cards. Really, really, really nice. So you don't only have expansions, you also have look at that. Come on guys. You only have modules. So yeah, this looks great. This looks great. Absolutely amazing. Loving it. Okay. And then we have some more cards. The Yeti promo. I'm telling you, this is going to keep me occupied for the winter, and I wouldn't mind if this winter for once, even though I prefer summer, would be endless, because with this game, I'm going to get so much gameplay out of it. Both as a multiplayer with my gaming group, but with as solo as well. I don't know if everything is compatible with solo. I'm going to check out the solo rulebook to make sure. Some more megafauna, different cards. Okay, dire wolf, giant beaver, cave lion. Perfect. So there you have it. This is the Ancestors expansion. And finally, we're reaching the end of this, maybe the largest, more grandiose, more lengthy unboxing video that I've done, but it so much deserves every single minute, because look at that, what it's there. These are the Cave Paintings expansion. And again, this is, as you would expect, it has painting. How cool is that, really? So let's see how what we see inside. We have the rule book, okay. We have the components list. We have 4 cave painting boards. This is like, it looks like a completely different edition, so it will change so much the game, and I'm loving it for that. The same with River and Raft, so I can't wait to start using the expansions, to be honest. We have the 4 dry erase markers here, gameplay changes, and there would be enough, because now you have painting to do on your caves. And we have the different boards, and these are pieces to put the I should say the painting caves together. So let's take everything out. Again, everything is linen finish, cardboard, great quality, matte printing. I haven't mentioned that in any of the cardstock so far, but everything is matte, which is nice because you don't have any glare. And I'm speaking about glare because now I would expect that there will be glare on those small boards because you have to be dry erased, which is great because I wouldn't like to have notepads. So perfect choice in terms of development. I don't know who was, Johnny Pack or someone else who decided to go with that, but great, great. Okay, I should put those here so I could easily tell them, set them apart. And these are the glossy cave painting sections that you're going to do. So, and it's dual-sided. It has different art on the back. You see, they're unique. Each one is unique at the back, and here they all have the same. So more gameplay. And here you're going to be able to dry erase things on your caves. So how thematic is that? Well done, guys. Really, really. I can't emphasize how much impressed I am, and I know I always like seeing new games and opening new boxes and seeing new things, but really you have done yourself. And even for people like me who open boxes and unbox games all the day, I have to take a step back and say, wow, what you have done here. Okay, great, great. This publisher is really nailing it, which only make me wonder what they will do with Unconscious Mind down the road. How they're going to overpass this in terms of wow factor. I'm sure they will. I know. No question that they will. I just want I'm looking forward to see it happening. So there you have it. These are all the components of everything in Endless Winter. Okay, I managed to put everything in place. So let me do a reverse check to show you how everything is in place. And you can see that we have everything all the way up to the box. We have the rule books, and I followed the instructions of leaflet on how to pack everything. Don't throw away this because you break it into 3 pieces and then you can use it for leveling everything up. Then you have here all your boards. You can even have those pre-constructed so you don't have to put the bases every time. I didn't choose to do it at the moment. These are your dry erase markers, and here are the player trays where you have everything in place with a lid. That means the starting cards, the components, even if you have the resin tokens, everything is in place and everything fits together with your village tokens. And this goes all the way for the 4. And then you have here the tiles clicking on the top of the, as you can see, on the top of the lid. Everything fits nicely here from the expansions, and then the same goes with this tray, which has everything organized by cards, by terrain tiles, by miniatures. And just a funny note, just to mention and to show you how you can tell when a company knows what they're doing, is these ones have to be placed upside down, and if you were trying to put them like that, you wouldn't be able to fit them. So you'll be puzzling yourself, is this a mistake from the manufacturer or something? No, because you see they have included that it's upside down. So well done, just impressed once again. So there you have it. This is how everything fits into the box. Amazing production, amazing game. We're going to follow up with more material about the game, do additional videos, and release them in our channel. So hopefully you enjoyed this unboxing, same like me, and stay tuned for more material. Many thanks for watching.